Hi, gentlemen, over here. Chris, I liked in your details interview that you joked that you, Captain America, kind of had to take the stairs when all the rest of them were fighting. But
yeah, it's so horrible. I give all these. I'm like, if Hulk, you do this impossible thing. Thor, you bottleneck a portal, and Iron Man fly over here, and I'll take the stairs. Yeah.
I'm wondering if all of you had to swap any character for the next film, who would it be and why?
Ooh, man. See, I want to say Iron Man because I loved those movies, but I can't. Who can do it better? You know what I mean? You can't. The shoes would be too big to fill.
Sam?
I want to be Scarlet. Just yeah. I just want to be that cute for like 15 minutes.
For Mr. Feige, down here. Oh, sorry. How long actually have you been trying to make an Avengers film, and what sorts of things did you have to do in the build-up with the other movies to make sure that it all dovetailed into this?
Well, one answer is my whole life, just because I've been a nerd my whole life and wanted to see this movie made for my whole life. The real answer, though, is sort of towards the end of production of Iron Man 1, when Sam was gracious enough to spend 3 hours on a Saturday to come and break into Tony Stark's house wearing an eye patch and tell him in the world that you're part of a bigger universe, you just don't know it yet. And when that movie succeeded is when we realized, wait a minute, we actually have the opportunity to do it. And the only challenge was to try to make all the movies live on their own, even if we weren't leading towards an Avengers movie, because that if they're all just interconnected puzzle pieces, that's not as fun. They need to be movies beginning to end. So I would say that was the biggest challenge.
Hi, my question's for Mark. I'm up to your right, Mark. You're the first one on the table to be here for the first time. Everybody else has suited up before. I'm wondering if you can talk about the challenges of integrating into this world, coming into it fresh.
It was terrifying, and I knew what my responsibility was, or I felt it just by making the mistake of going online and reading some of the fanboy responses to the announcement that I was playing the next version of Bruce Banner. That was a mistake. I will never do that again. But I've never had a role be more scrutinized and criticized even before I shot a single frame. And, coming onto the set with all of these guys was pretty daunting. Many of my heroes in life are in this cast, and so I knew that I had a big shoes to fill, so to speak. And this is becoming a long run-on sentence.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it was tough, and I wish that I had a cool costume to wear the entire time instead of a leotard that was painted like a Chinese checkerboard.
Hey guys, how you doing? Dan Devey with thecinemassource.com. First of all, congratulations. Amazing movie. You pulled it off in ways I don't think anyone thought you could. It was fantastic. But for Chris and Chris, you guys get to play the kind of fish out of water people amongst the group. Can you talk about playing that, how much fun that was? And specifically, Chris Evans, for you, we're used to seeing you as kind of the jokester, the smart ass. But here, you're the straight man to Mr. Downey Jr.
Jokes.
What was that like, being the straight man?
That's his role. It's necessary, and that's kind of why I like it, because I am used to kind of leaning on cracking jokes and being a wise ass. So it's nice to kind of play it straight a little bit, and that's. I think even in this film more than the first Captain America, Steve Rogers has some issues, some conflicts, some trouble, given the fact that he is, a man at a time. But given who he is as a man, his nature, he puts that second. He puts the mission first, and he's just selfless. That's it's a fun character, I guess.
Put on the suit T-shirts are going to be large, though. Put on the suit T-shirts. They're going to be large.
Yeah, the fish out of water. Yeah, I mean, we all kind of fell into that category. I mean, Josh said it early on, the dysfunctional family, and we somehow belong in amongst the fact that we don't belong anywhere else. Thor, is from another planet, and I guess his motivation through, the conflict and the villain was far more personal than the rest of them because it was his brother. So, it was nice to have already shot that film and have that relationship with Tom, and you know, that was sort of my focus anyway. But I think we all, yeah, as I said, we all kind of didn't get along at the beginning, and certainly we're from some other planet or some other world, so it was fun to play that dynamic.